the National Science and Maths Quiz. Today we bring you the 9th contest in our 116th stage of competition. The contest today is between St. Francis Xavier Junior Seminary and St. Rose's Secondary School. Before we meet our contestants for the Battle of the Saints, let's go to our sponsors for a message.
As I start my day, I know they are counting on me. I am a truck driver for the Ghana Education Trust Fund. My job is to supply books to schools across the country. Whenever I see the school kids, my mind goes back to my school days. I too had hopes and dreams that sadly never came to pass. I made a firm promise to myself that if I couldn't chase my dreams, I would make sure that others could. Seeing these happy kids simply warms my heart. It's happening every day, and I'm proud to be part of Get Fund. Get Fund, we invest in tomorrow's leaders.
Welcome back, viewers. Our contest today is between St. Francis Xavier Junior Seminary on my left and St. Rose's Secondary School on my right. St. Rose's Secondary School is represented by
Esther Jean SS3, Tekpete Lydia SS3, Kokodan Agente SS3.
Welcome, ladies. On my left, we have St. Francis Xavier Junior Seminary, represented by
Dominic Bagbio, SS3.
Paul Jung, SS3.
Edwin Samuel, SS3.
You are also welcome, gentlemen. Let's begin our contest. We start with round 1. Contestants, in this round, I will be throwing questions to schools. You will have 30 seconds in which to present a response if the question requires calculation, and 15 seconds in which to present a response if there are no calculations involved. Good luck. Let's begin. We'll start on my left with St. Francis Xavier Junior Seminary. Your question, 1 attempt only. The process of comparing a property of an object to a well-defined and agreed upon reference is called the process of A, measurement, B, generalization, C, graphing or graphs, D, scientific investigation. Yes, Dominic?
Graphing.
That's incorrect. The answer is measurement. Your question, St. Rose's. Measurement information that is used to describe something is called A, reference, B, properties, C, data, D, scientific investigation. 1 attempt only. Yes, Lydia?
Reference.
Reference is incorrect. It's data. St. Francis Xavier, what does the term molar gas volume mean? Yes, Dominic?
Refers to the volume occupied by 1 mole of a gas at standard temperature and pressure.
I'll give you the mark. St. Rose's, what is the origin of gas pressure according to kinetic theory of gases? Yes, Esther?
Effective collision between the gas molecules in a container.
I'll give you the mark. St. Francis Xavier, name the principal protein in milk. 1 attempt. Yes, Dominic?
Caseinogen.
Again?
Caseinogen.
No, I'm passing it on for a bonus. Yes, Lydia?
Casein.
Casein is correct. Your own question. Name the organ in human beings that secretes both a digestive juice and hormones. Yes, Lydia?
Pancreas.
Pancreas is correct. Express the number in standard form. 0.00075 times 10 to the power negative 5. Yes, Paul.
7.5 times 10 to the minus 9.
That's correct. Express the number in standard form. 123,000 times 10 to the power 6. Yes.
1.23 times 10 raised to the power 11.
That's correct. One attempt only. The ratio of the speed of light in a vacuum to the speed of light in some transparent material is called, yes, Edwin?
Absolute refractive index.
I'll give you the mark. It's the refractive index. I don't know what the absolute, anyway. An image that does not have light rays coming from it, but is the result of the brain's interpretations of light rays is called, one attempt, please. Yes, Lydia?
A virtual image.
It's a virtual image. St. Francis Xavier, define in general terms the Faraday constant F. Yes, Paul.
Is a charge carried by 1 mole of an electron. Charge in coulombs carried by 1 mole of electron.
That's correct. St. Roses, define an electrochemical cell. Yes, Lydia.
An electrochemical cell is a cell that shows a metal as a cathode and its own ions in solution. A metal as a cathode that is immersed partially in its own ions as a solution.
I'll give 1 out of 3. It's a system consisting of electrodes dipping into an electrolyte and in which a chemical reaction either uses or generates an electric current. St. Francis Xavier, where in the cell do glycolysis and Krebs cycle occur? Yes, Edwin?
Glycolysis occurs in the cytoplasm and Krebs cycle occurs in the mitochondria.
That's correct. What is the difference in the number of ATPs produced during aerobic and anaerobic respiration? Yes, Lydia?
Aerobic produces 38 ATP and anaerobic produces 2 ATP, giving a difference of 36 ATP.
That's correct. The last pair of questions in this round. What is the period of the trigonometric function y is equal to tan x over 2? Yes, Dominic?
X lies between pi and pi on 2.
For a bonus, St. Roses. Yes, Lydia?
2.
Yeah, the answer is actually 360 degrees or 2 pi radians. Your own question. Find the period of the trigonometric function y is equal to cos 2x. Yes, Esther?
45 degrees.
Lydia?
180 degrees.
180 degrees is correct. We come to the end of round 1.
As a little girl, my dream was to become a doctor. I always wanted to help the sick. Now I'm in the dental school together with others who had similar dreams. The support from the Ghana Education Trust Fund has made things a lot better. Their support has helped provide new equipment, teaching aids, improved facilities, and our student loan. We're studying hard, and we know that we can continue to count on support from Get Fund to turn our dreams into reality.
At the end of the first round, our scores are St. Francis Xavier 15 points, St. Rose's Secondary School 20 points. We have a close contest on our hands. Let's see what happens in round 2. Round 2 is a round of applied science. In this round, we find out how well you can apply concepts you learn in the classroom to your everyday life, because as you know, science is all around us. Let's begin, contestants. This time, I'll start on my right with St. Rose's. A 2-digit number is such that the sum of the digits is 15. The ratio of the tens digit to the units digit is 2:3. Find the number. Yes, Coco.
69.
69 is correct. St. Francis Xavier. A 2-digit number is such that the sum of the digits is 18, and the ratio of the tens digit to the units digit is 1:1. Find the number. Yes, Paul?
99.
99 is correct. When does growth occur in arthropods, and why? Yes, Coco?
Growth occurs during ecdysis, because at that time, the cuticle is soft enough to allow growth, expansion of the animal.
I'll give you the math. In most animals, equal numbers of males and females are produced. Is this true for bees? Explain. Dominic.
No, this is because unfertilized eggs in the queen of the bee colony produces male bees, but the fertilized eggs either produce workers or queens. Hence, the ratio cannot be 1:1.
2 out of 3. No. In bees, the queen controls the sex of her offspring by fertilizing the eggs with sperms stored in her body to produce females, or by not fertilizing them to produce males. So the queen can decide how many, right? That was the part that was missing from your response. Your question, St. Rose's. Name the 3 most important macromolecules of life. Yes, Lydia.
Nucleus, vacuole, and cytoplasm. Proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Fatty acids and glycerol.
Last chance.
Nucleus, mitochondria, and ribosomes.
I'm going to give 1 because you got proteins. It's proteins, polysaccharides, and nucleic acids. St. Francis Xavier, to which classes of macromolecules do starch and enzymes belong? Yes, Edwin.
Starch belongs to polysaccharides and enzymes proteins.
That's correct. Your question again, St. Rose's. A race car is designed to have a large surface area at the rear end. Why, with respect to speed, is this a bad design? Yes, Coco.
The center of gravity is disturbed. Therefore, when the car overspeeds, it can easily topple over.
Try again. Lydia.
It's because it reduces the center of gravity of the car. It increases the center of gravity of the car, therefore, it can easily topple over.
For a bonus, St. Francis Xavier. Dominic.
Due to a widening of the back of the vehicle, there's low speed there. Airflow is not uniform, hence it brings about aerodynamic drag, which reduces the speed of the vehicle as it moves in the race.
I'll give you the math. Your own question. A gardener using a water hose narrows the nozzle of the hose in order to make the water reach farther. How does the narrowing of the nozzle achieve this? Edwin.
Pressure is inversely proportional to area. So when the nozzle is narrowed, it has a smaller area. Therefore, the water coming out has a greater pressure. So
go on.
It moves to a farther distance.
I'll give you the mark. Your question, St. Rose's. The total surface area of a cube is 150 centimeters squared. Find the length of any side of the cube. Yes, Esther?
6 centimeters.
Try again. Esther?
5 centimeters.
5 centimeters is correct. St. Francis Xavier. The perimeter of a regular tetrahedron is 72 centimeters. Find the length of a side or edge of the tetrahedron. Yes, Paul?
18 centimeters.
Try again. For a bonus, St. Rose's. Yes, Coco?
9 centimeters.
No, it's 12 centimeters. A tetrahedron has 6 sides or edges. The perimeter of a regular tetrahedron is 6. You say the side length is x. So 6x is equal to 72. And you solve for x, which is 12. We are back to you, St. Rose's. In general, multicellular organisms perform different tasks better than unicellular organisms. Why? Yes, Lydia.
Multicellular organisms have many cells. Therefore, each cell produces a bit of the function. So at the end of the day, the function will become higher. But a unicellular organism is made up of only one cell. And therefore, there's more.
Coco wants to add.
A multicellular organism consists of many cells. Therefore, each cell is specialized to perform a different function. But a unicellular organism is made up of only one cell, and that cell is specialized to perform only one single function.
All right, I'll give you the math. St. Francis Xavier. Most plants are often regarded as primitive plants. Why? Yes, Dominic.
This is because their fertilization depends on water. In the absence of water, or if they don't live in humid areas, the fertilization cannot occur. Or the male gametes cannot be transferred to the female gametes for fusion to occur in the absence of any form of water for the transfer of the gametes.
I'm passing it on for a bonus. Yes, Esther?
Because they don't have any complex structures. And they reproduce by alternation of generation.
I can't give that to you for a bonus. This is because they do not have true roots for absorbing water or a vascular system for transporting water throughout the plant. They must therefore rely on diffusion and osmosis. They can survive only in moist environments, and they also require water for fertilization. All right. St. Rose's. Describe the 2 broad types of nuclear reactions. Yes, Lydia.
The two types are nuclear fission and nuclear fusion reactions. In nuclear fission, a large and heavy nucleus divides to produce two daughter nuclei, releasing energy. But in nuclear fusion, two small nuclei combine to form a heavy nucleus.
I'm passing it on for a bonus. Yes, Paul.
Nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. With nuclear fusion, the nuclei of two smaller atoms are brought together to form a bigger nuclei. But with nuclear fission, a heavy nucleus disintegrates into two smaller nuclei, almost of the same size, with the release of energy in both cases.
I think we are thinking of different things. I was thinking of radioactive decay and nuclear bombardment reaction. Your own question. Uranium-238 decays by alpha particle emission. What is the atomic mass of the nuclide formed? Yes, Edwin.
234.
234 is correct. The last pair of questions in this round. Two cars, A and B, are moving in the same direction in parallel lanes. Car A's initial speed is 10 meters per second. After 20 seconds, its speed is 30 meters per second. Car B's initial speed is 5 meters per second. After 20 seconds, its speed is 25 meters per second. Which car has the greater acceleration? Explain. You may assume that the accelerations are constant. Yes, Lydia.
They have the same acceleration. Both cars have the same acceleration because the change in velocity of A to the time is equal to the change in velocity of B to the time.
That's correct. Two balls, A and B, are thrown from a height of 20 meters. Ball A is thrown upward with a speed of 2 meters per second. Ball B is thrown downward with a speed of 2 meters per second. Which ball, if any, will strike the ground with a greater speed? Give reasons for your answer. Yes, Edwin.
Ball B. This because it's thrown down with a velocity, so its acceleration will be more than acceleration due to gravity. But ball A is thrown upwards, so when it tends to come down, it will be acted on by acceleration due to gravity. By only acceleration due to gravity.
No, I'm passing it on for a bonus. Yes, Lydia.
Ball B. Because it's being acted on by, it has a positive acceleration. Therefore, the velocity becomes greater. But ball A will first go up to have an initial velocity of 0 before it comes down. Therefore, and making it have a smaller velocity.
No, that's also incorrect. Listen to the answer. None of them. The two balls will strike the ground with the same speed. This is because as ball A descends from the peak of its flight, it will attain a speed of 2 meters per second when it gets to the starting point. Since the velocities of the two balls will be the same at that point, the balls will strike the ground with the same speed. Contestants, we've come to the end of round 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The future lies in the hands of our children. Children today, leaders tomorrow. And education holds the key. Without the proper learning environment, these children may never reach their full potential. And it should not be that way.
It looks like what?
That is where the Ghana Education Trust Fund steps in, so that these children can have access to basic facilities and enjoy the learning experience. Gradually, one by one, we are removing the barriers in the way of quality basic education. We will continue, so they too can continue. Get Fund. We invest in tomorrow's leaders.
At the end of the second round, our scores are St. Francis Xavier, 30 points, St. Rosa Secondary School, 36 points. Let's look at round 3. Round 3 is our problem of the day. In this part of the contest, we present you with a problem which is a little bit more involved, and so we give you more time to tackle the problem. You will be getting 3 minutes in which to present a response after I ask you to begin the problem of the day. Contestants, turn over your sheets and let's read the problem of the day. Our problem of the day. Fill in the blanks in the following passage. The neuron is the basic functional one of the two system. The message that travels along a neuron is known as 3. There are 3 types of neurons, namely sensory, 4, and motor. A typical neuron has an axon, a cell body, and 5. An axon is covered with an insulating jacket or myelin sheet that consists of a layer of 6 material. A motor neuron typically has a long axon that runs from the 7 to 8 and 9. The cell body of a sensory neuron is contained in a swelling called 10. Good luck, contestants. You may begin. Let's take a word from our sponsors.
As I start my day, I know they are counting on me. I am a truck driver for the Ghana Education Trust Fund. My job is to supply books to schools across the country. Whenever I see the school kids, my mind goes back to my school days. I too had hopes and dreams that sadly never came to pass. I made a firm promise to myself that if I couldn't chase my dreams,